Hello, we're back today with our Tuesday new books, and I'm going to show you we've got fiction and nonfiction today. My partner in crime, Melissa's on vacation this week, so it's just me. And we'll start off with the fiction. This is Steel Fear. It is a military thriller about a serial killer on one of the big aircraft carriers in the U.S. fleet. Takes place on the USS Abraham Lincoln on their way home from the Persian Gulf. Another sheriff ex-military story about called the Heathens by Ace Atkins. A mystery from Anthea Fraser, daughter of Antonio Fraser, who used to write historical novels. The Ties That Bind. It's about a family about to be torn apart. Trial by Fire, another by P.T. Deutermann, another military thriller. Dramatic World War II novel of attack, survival, and triumph on board an aircraft carrier in the Pacific. It's actually based on a true story, which is really fascinating. Karin Slaughter, He Saw What You Did, He Knows Who You Are, another mystery thriller. Embassy Wife by Katie Crouch. It's about two women that whose husbands are ambassadors, and how they're the intrigue in the embassy, and one is a new ambassador's wife and one is a little bit older, trying to show her the ropes kind of thing. Daniel Silva has a new one, The Cellist. It is about the Russian mob and an investigator in London. Count the Ways by Joyce Maynard. Instantly addicting, Count the Ways pulls you in and wraps itself around you like an heirloom quilt made of familiarity, intimacy, and the orchestral complexity of loving the people closest to us. A new one by Debbie Macomber, a romance writer, It's Better This Way, another romance. The Man with a Silver Sob, Alexander McCall Smith, you'll know him from his Ladies Detective Society, another great mystery. Now we're starting into our nonfiction, The Ice Pick Surgeon. Sam Keene is brimming with puckish wit. He makes you see and experience and appreciate the world differently with a real sense of wonder and a joy of discovery. It's about murder, fraud, sabotage, piracy, and other dastardly deeds perpetrated in the name of science. Here's a new one. It's the last one by John Lewis, the congressman and civil rights leader. It's about reflections for a new generation. Great man. This one is about the women who came up against Anthony Comstock, who passed a law to help combat sex radicals. These are about all the women that supported contraception, sex education, gender equality, and a woman's right to pleasure. That's how they overcame that law that he passed. It's Elemental, the hidden chemistry of everything. This is fascinating. They talked about why your hair gets greasy the next day after you shampoo. It's got to do with the ingredients of your shampoo, and lots of other really cool things about science, chemistry. Pessoa, this is a biography of the Portuguese poet. Immortalizes the life of one of the 20th century's greatest writers. And this is awesome. Geniuses at War, Bletchley Park, Colossus, and the Dawn of the Digital Age. It's another code-breaking type story of another crypto machine after the Enigma. Once they solved that, they came out with the Germans had an even more sophisticated one. And you remember Alan Turing, who was the breaker for Enigma. That's another story about the next machine. Trejo, My Life of Crime, Redemption in Hollywood, the actor Danny Trejo. Pops, this is about learning to be a son and father. This is Craig Melvin. He's one of the hosts of the Today Show. This is about growing up with his dad and how he learned his lessons from his dad to be a better father. The next one, Praying with Jane Eyre, Reflections on Reading as a Sacred Practice. This is a memoir by Vanessa Zoltan. And the last one, which is something I've never really thought about before, Wake, The Hidden History of Women-Led Slave Revolts. You don't hear about the women that were involved in trying to break away from slavery, but that's a new cool book about that. Thanks for joining us to learn about our new books today. We'll see you again next week. Thanks.